Students, in the last video, we discussed about the introductory part of the chapter Biotechnology, Principles and Processes. And today we are going to discuss about the tools of recombinant DNA technology. It's also known as genetic engineering, right? And we already discussed about the different steps in that. And what do you mean by genetic engineering or the rDNA technology? Is the manipulation of genetic material, that is the DNA, to bring about desired modification in an organisms. So we know certain steps has been followed for that. Yes, so today we are going to study about the tools of recombinant DNA technology. And before going to the topic, we need to know certain certain terms which will be come across in this topic. That is, one is restriction enzyme. So what do you mean by restriction enzyme? So restriction enzyme, we know that we need to select the DNA, right? The gene of interest, the desired gene. Yes. So when it is after selecting that, we need to cut it, right? So the molecules that can cut the DNA at specific location. Who is doing that? Restriction enzymes. So restriction enzymes helps to cut the DNA at specific location. So what is being obtained there? Desired cut piece of DNA is being obtained. The another term is vector. So in our lower class, we already learned about vector-borne diseases. Yes, something which act as a carrier. Mosquito, as for the malarial parasite, right? Malaria. So here also the vector is what which act as a carrier. That means vehicle DNA. It acts as a vehicle DNA molecules to transfer the cut piece of DNA to the host. So after the specific gene of interest is being selected, we need to cut it. That is, the restriction enzymes helps to cut that DNA, and that cut DNA should be introduced to the host, right? So directly we cannot introduce. It is being done with the help of the vector DNA. So in the bacterial cells, example E. coli itself. So in that, along with the chromosomal DNA, they have a circular DNA. They have a circular DNA, and that is known as plasmid DNA. So this plasmid DNA act as a vector. The plasmid DNA act as a vector, and it have some important quality in them. It can replicate independently. It can replicate independently. So the selected gene of interest will be carried to the host by the plasmid DNA, that is the vector. Okay, so formation of recombinant DNA. So recombinant, re means what? Something repeat or again, right? Combinant means combine. So piece of desired DNA, that is the gene of interest, will combine with the plasmid DNA, and they will form what? rDNA or recombinant DNA. Okay, then a term of enzyme ligase we'll see, that means which helps to attach or to stick this selected DNA, that means the gene of interest, to the plasmid DNA, which we will see in the coming slides. Okay, so tools of recombinant DNA technology. The main three topics which we are going to come across is the restriction enzymes, or the molecular scissors, or the DNA scissors, then cloning vectors, then competent host. Okay. First we will see the restriction enzymes, or the molecular scissors, or the DNA scissors, which helps to cut the DNA. Okay, we already given the definition of it. So these are the enzymes which cut the DNA at specific sites into fragments. Okay, and they belongs to a class of nucleases. They belongs to a class of nucleases. Okay, nucleases means aces which, and that is the enzyme, and nuclei, that is from the nucleic acid. And here you can see the DNA is of double strand, and you know it, one strand will start from 5' to 3', and the other one will start from 3' to 5'. Yes, and here you can see the base pairs given, that is GAA TTC and CTTAAG. Okay, and here the mainly in this base pair, the E. coli, it will cut from GA. That is here in this sequence, it is the GA here, and here in this one 3 prime to 5 prime to 3 prime to 5 prime, it is the AG. So they will cut from here and here, and we will get a pieces, 2 pieces. You can see here, that means like this. If it is cut, the piece is obtained here like this, and the other piece will be like this, ATTCG. So this is how the DNA scissors or the molecular scissors helps to cut. Now we got the 2 pieces. Now we need to introduce the selected one, that we will see. Okay, so and this is the history of it. That is in 1963, 2 enzymes responsible for restricting growth of bacteriophage in E. coli were isolated, and 1 enzyme added 2 methyl groups to the DNA. The other one, that is a restriction endonuclease, cut the DNA. So more than 900 restriction enzymes, which helps to actually cut this selected DNA, okay, have been isolated from over 230 strains of bacteria. That's the restriction enzymes, that means which helps. So more than 900 restriction enzymes were isolated, which helps to cut the selected DNA at particular location. And the naming pattern of restriction enzymes. So we know already in our lower class we learned about binomial nomenclature, right? Scientific naming and all. Certain criteria is being followed, right? So here in the case of restriction enzymes also, that is EcoR1. So it will be represented like this, the naming of restriction enzymes. So how it is being named? So the criteria or whatever the naming pattern is here. E, this is Escherichia coli, right? So E. coli. So E starts, its first letter starts from the genus. It's a genus word. Then this is the second one and third one, that is coli. Coli, for that it is co is being represented here, that is a species name. And the R, the fourth one, that is the R, that is from the strain of bacteria. Fourth letter from the strain of bacteria, and 1, that is the Roman number, indicates the order in which the enzymes were isolated. So here in this case, this is the first one. So that is why it is given 1. That is the order in which the enzymes were isolated. So the restriction enzymes will be represented like this, EcoR1. And here again the types of restriction enzymes. So restriction enzymes we are getting, it's been from the a class of enzyme called nucleases. So nucleases, aces means enzymes, and nuclei, that is from the nucleic acid, right? So 2 types are there. One is exonuclease and endonuclease. So exonuclease means which cut or removes the nucleotide, which removes the nucleotide from the end of the DNA. End of the DNA, that is exonucleases. And endonucleases, which helps to cut the DNA, that means remove the nucleotide from specific position within the DNA. Okay, that means this one will helps to cut from the end part, an end nucleotide, and this is within the DNA. So they binds to a specific recognition sequence of the DNA and cut the 2 strands at specific points. So simply means exonucleases removes nucleotide from ends of DNA, and endonucleases remove nucleotides from specific position within the DNA. This is end, this is within. Exo, endo. Okay. So here you can see the enzyme cuts both DNA strands at the same site. That means both the vector as well as the foreign DNA. So EcoR1 cuts the DNA between the bases. You have to keep in your mind G and A. And only one sequence, that is the GAATTC. Here this is the sequence, and they will cut from the base GA. Okay, this is from 5 prime to 3 prime. 2 strands are there for the DNA. So in this one, they are going to cut from the base, that is G and A. So here in the sequence GAATTC, that is guanine, adenine, then thymine, then cytosine. So in that GA, From that it is been cut. So here GA here. And here in this case from here GA. Okay, this from here GA. So in the vector also it should come from the same position, that is GA we need to select, here GA. So if we cut from here, so we will get like this. See here you are getting like this. So two sticky ends here also, this will be cut like this and you are getting like this. Okay, so two sticky ends, both of vector DNA and foreign DNA we got. Now the DNA fragments join at sticky ends. Now this both get joined. So this will come and attach here. So at last we will get the recombinant DNA. Hope it is clear. Okay, so both will cut at the GA, the bases GA, especially in the EcoR1. It will be cutting from GA, and that is in the one strand GA, the other one also GA, and the vector also will be cutting from the same position GA or the AG, that is the base sequence. Then both get into two sticky ends will be there, and this both will join here, and at last we will be getting a recombinant DNA. And here you can see the types of restriction enzymes. One we discussed, that is the EcoR1. So in the same way, so many other examples are given, and here you can see the restriction sites of various types of restriction endonucleases. So EcoR1 we know they will cut from GA, that is 5' to 3', that is GA, and from here when it starts it is GA, that is here. Okay, so in the same way so many other examples been given here, and this is how the examples of certain restriction enzymes. So here AL, that is ALU1. What is that? It is actually Atrobacter luteus 1. Okay, the naming of restriction enzymes. HAE111. Yes, that is Haemophilus aegypticus. Then BAMH1, Bacillus amyloleucofaciens, faciens 1. Okay, and here so many examples are being given here, hint 1 and all. Hint 1 Haemophilus influenzae, that is 2 it is given because it is the order, it is 2, the second order of selecting them, that is 2. These are some of the examples and restriction sites of various types of restriction endonucleases. And here again see what is restriction endonuclease. Recognizes a specific palindromic nucleotide sequences it is a sequence of base pairs that read the same on two sides, 5' to 3' and 3' to 5' direction. So what is that palindromic nucleotide? So each working of restriction enzyme endonuclease actually. So each restriction endonuclease looks for its specific recognition sequences, that is palindromic sequences. So here you can see, as we discussed in the E. coli. So it's a palindromic sequences means when we read from here GAATTC, when we read from the opposite it is same only. See, opposite GAATTC. This is the palindromic nucleotide. So restriction endonucleases recognizes a specific palindromic nucleotide. That means it is a sequence of base pair that read the same on two strands. That means from here to here also. For example, Malayalam, the word is written, right? Both the way we are reading, we will be getting the same. And some that type of words, they are known as palindromic. So such words are like madam, MADAM. Both way it will be the same, right? So Malayalam we all know. Yes, the term which if you read from the one, that means from the front portion to the last and opposite also, we can get the same. So such it's known as palindromic nucleotide. So the some other words like it is level, LEVEL, then civic, CIVIC. So a sequence of characters that reads the same forward as well as backward. Okay, that is palindromic nucleotide. Then restriction enzymes cut the strands a little away from the center of palindromic sites, but between the same two bases on the opposite strands, and this leaves a single strand overhanging stretches at the ends, and they are called sticky ends. That means, which we have already discussed in the last slide. That means this is the vector DNA, this is the foreign DNA, and here both are cutting from the palindromic sequences we know. That means the here from that here you can see the GA is the basis where in the E. coli we are going to cut here, and the vector also same position just we discussed, and we'll be getting two sticky ends. Yes, two sticky ends, and that this is the vector DNA, this is the foreign DNA, that both will get attached, and we will get at last recombinant DNA. And for this sticking, the DNA ligase will help, that we will see. So here you can see the sticky ends form H bond, hydrogen bond with their complementary cut counterparts. That means here this both, and this stickiness facilitate action of DNA ligase. So DNA, so these two pieces should join, right? They are sticky ends, they should join each other. So for that joining, who is helping them? That is DNA ligase. So DNA ligase helps in attaching or sticking that vector DNA to the foreign DNA. That means they act as a glue in attaching this vector DNA to the, what is that? Our foreign DNA. And at last we got what? Recombinant DNA. Here you can see the diagrammatic representation of recombinant DNA technology. Foreign DNA. This is our plasmid circular DNA. Again, keep in your mind once more, listen here carefully. This is the foreign DNA. This is the vector circular DNA, that is the vector which act as a carrier. Okay, so same restriction enzymes cutting the both foreign DNA and vector DNA at specific point. That means our the restriction enzyme will cut this foreign DNA as well as the vector DNA at the specific point. Here you can see it is been cut and removed. Here also you can see it is been cut. So ligases join. We know the ligases, DNA ligases act as a glue to join this foreign DNA to the vector DNA. And here you can see it is been represented by the red color. This is by blue color. And here you can see ligases join the foreign DNA to the DNA plasmid. And here you can see the blue colored. That means foreign DNA attached here in the plasmid DNA. And now it has become recombinant DNA molecules. Now we need to transfer this into our host cell. So transformation, this is the host cell, then it divides and it continues. So this is the procedure, the tools of recombinant technology, and in that we discussed about restriction enzymes in detail. And next we need to know about the cloning vectors, which will be discussed in the next video. So thank you.